Mulberry Row was the main street to Monticello. There were over 20 structures here at any given point in time. There were various kinds of workshops, slave dwellings, and it was a critical part of the life of the plantation. The project has to do with the work of archaeologists over 50 years in trying to determine what structures that were here. The animation gives us a sense of how people lived because we know what spaces they lived within. One thing that it does is it helps us to understand how those buildings were made. We see the buildings in a form that even if they were sitting here on the site, you wouldn't be able to see all the construction details because the animation actually assembles the buildings. It gives us a sense of the space that people lived in and worked in. So what we see now is essentially ground that was filled with structures of various type purposes. It was a very active place. And so the animation and the reader rails and all the artifacts that you see here begin to describe that meaningfully, I think, and try to describe it in a way that's detailed, that gives you a real sense of what people worked with, the tools they used, the everyday dishes they used. That goes beyond the scope of my immediate work, but certainly my work is integrated into that larger story. And that's a great story to tell, and it's really interesting to learn about.